Before putting in your lenses, you have to make sure that your fingers are absolutely clean. There must be no dirt on your hands, your fingers, or under your nails. So lenses normally come in bottles like this. They always have fluid in them, and if they're damaged in any way, do not use them, return them and ask for a refund. You don't want to ever put anything in your eyes that'd be risky. So to take off the metal, I prefer to use a pair of pliers. The reason for this is that the edges can be quite sharp and you don't really want to cut yourself. So make sure that you're careful when you take it off. I've cut myself on the edges of this quite a few times, so you do have to be careful. It's sharper than it looks. There are lots of different types of lens cases, but I prefer these because you can see through them, so you can see if you need to top up the fluid, you can see if the lenses are damaged, and I just prefer them in general. Fill up the contact lens case. Now whichever side says left and right, you have to stick to this. If you use a lens in the right eye, keep using it in the right eye. Don't swap in between eyes, because if any eye gets infected, all you're going to do is end up causing the other eye to get infected. So you do have to stick to this. There are two different ways that I know of to get the lenses out of the case. The easiest one is just to use a cotton bud. Now dip it into the fluid, and it should instantly grab the lens. Now because it's wet, you don't have to worry about any cotton fibres getting stuck onto the lens, but you should always check just in case, because you don't want any of this going into your eye. So once you've taken it out, you want to take the contact lens case and just dip it in, and it should come off just like that. Another method is to use contact lens tweezers. Now, as you can see, these have got rubber ends, and they've got rubber ends so that you can't scratch or damage the lens in any way. You want to partially pour out the fluid and then reach in and try and grab the edge of the contact lens. Now, as you can see, this isn't the easiest method, which is why I prefer the previous one. Once you've taken your new contact lenses out, you must leave them for a minimum of 2 hours to soak. Don't ever skip this. The easiest way to apply lenses is just to look away into a mirror and then slip it onto the side of the eye, and then when you look forward, it will simply roll forward onto the front of the eye. I like to take the lens out of the case with the tweezers and then run it along the back of my hand, just so that there isn't any excess fluid which would make it tricky to work with, and this is why it's very important to make sure that your whole hand is completely clean. Then using either your index finger or your ring finger, you want to take it and looking into a mirror, slip it onto the eye. Now because I've done this quite often, I can do it by simply looking into the lens, but it will take you a bit of practice to get used to this. Now it's perfectly normal for your eyes to water up a little bit when you've done this, so just place a cotton bud in the inner corner and you should be fine. Now to remove it, dry eyes can make it a lot harder to remove the lens, so you want to apply any kind of eye drops just to make the eye moist again, because if the eye isn't moist, it makes the lens stick to your eyeball, which obviously makes it harder to remove. So you want to look into a mirror, pinch the lens, and then pull it out, and that's it.